against us if we say anything that could be in any way construed to be suggestive of criminal activity.
Oh, that's why the mute button is such a wonderful thing.
I know. Believe me, I know. Right, let's quickly change the titles. Now, whatever we say at this moment, we must have a beeline as to how we can play it off as something that's completely different from how we actually intend it, because otherwise, if we don't immediately refute what we're saying in a way that makes it sound less threatening or less offensive, then obviously if we then think of something and then later on try and use it, we'll be told that we should have used it at the time. I'm just trying to put the right speech into layman's terms.
Yeah. But there's no need because I already fucking understand it.
Okay. Alright, calm down.
No!
Calm down!
Never!
Oh my god, my YouTube channel's gone. What the hell? The Motive Racing YouTube channel's disappeared. What the hell's happened? No! Oh, wait, I can see what's happened. The button which used to say my channel now says my Google account. That's why.
Yeah, because I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah, I know. Oh, we got there. It's alright. Figured it out. Ooh. We have got a 15 car grid. It would have been 16 if Cobb had turned up.
Yeah.
But his wheel was unfortunately broken.
Oh.
Right, so it's now a 42 race season because obviously we voided Snetterton last week, which is very sad. Has to be said. So it's actually round 5 this week.
Yeah.
And races 16, 17 and 18, is it? No, 13, 14 and 15. So obviously this is race 13. Yeah. Cool, got it. Donington National. One, two, three, audio check, checking the mic. 1, 2, 3, audio check, checking the mic. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Motive Racing YouTube channel here for tonight's action here in Project Cars 2 for the World Touring Car Championship. We're here for Season 15 on Project Cars 2. This is round 5 of a 14-round season, the season being cut 1 round short than we'd originally intended due to the fact that we unfortunately voided last week at Snetterton because of some technical issues. But and they were actually real, genuine technical issues this time rather than just absolute clangers on my part. So obviously last week wasn't my fault. You can't blame me for this at all because it wasn't, was it, my guy? No, it wasn't.
Well, we can and we will.
You can, but it wouldn't stand up in court.
Yeah, but
I mean, you can imagine it.
Can change.
Well, yeah, you could always forge the evidence or maybe get some dodgy witnesses in, I guess.
Yeah.
But hey,
I always offer cookies, and everyone loves cookies, so therefore they will do it.
Excellent. Well, that's good to know. But tonight we have got track limits on because Donington National, we all know there's a bit of propensity for drivers to take liberties, should we say, going through that final chicane. So we decided, you know what, better to eliminate the risk of such advantages being taken, and we've made a decision to induce track limits. So the lap times, I think, might be a bit slower than what we've seen over around this track because, as we know, you can really attack those curves without track limits on. But with track limits on, but with them on, you have to be very, very careful, my guy. You have to make sure that at least part of the car is touching the white lines at all times, don't you?
Yeah, the stewards are definitely not going to be taking any bribes tonight to allow anybody to take any shortcuts. Everyone's going to be sticking to the same lines, same restrictions with the track limits. Definitely
so. It's going to be obviously very difficult for everybody to keep themselves within those confines when they're so used to being able to maybe take slightly more advantage than you otherwise would. I'm not saying that people would be straight lining the corners or going flat out through the chicanes. I'm not saying that one bit, but what I'm getting at is that you can kind of go into it knowing that you're not going to get bitten on the arse.
Yeah.
Whereas, obviously, in the situation we're in right now, you definitely have to have your wits about you going into some of these corners, and that's going to definitely play on the minds of some of these drivers here tonight. But currently in the first practice session of the night, we've got John Boy sat at the top of the leaderboard there by 0.04 of a second ahead of Mike. I am going to go through the championship standings before we actually get going for the race, but I'll do that on the formation lap. But Big Blue up there in P3 doing a good job so far in this session. You've got Jay currently in 4th. He's coming out of Coppice at the moment on his final run of this practice session. Park Pooper is done. He's in the pits. The only drivers that are out there at the moment are Jay, Nick and the Mutts Nuts. And Mutts Nuts is done for the session. Nick Livilla's weaving around a little bit as he comes into the chicane. I don't think he's on a flyer, and Jay's bailed, so I think that's that for the practice then. Nick's still going, but I don't think we're going to see an improvement. No, he's in the pits, so definitely not. But that would be that then for tonight's practice here for the first race of the night. So it's John Boy who will be taking the fastest time by just 0.04 of a second from Mike. Close session in practice there from those two, and hopefully we'll be seeing more of this in the race itself. To those of you watching live on YouTube, welcome along to this first race, and hopefully you enjoy what you're watching here tonight. And yeah, if you are, then obviously feel free to join us at www.com if you're joining us for the first time, as we are currently experiencing some issues like we've had actually quite recently. I don't know what's going on with the lobbies on Project Cars 2, but for some reason it doesn't let you change your fuel or adjust anything in the startup menu, which is really, really bizarre. So let's hope and pray that everybody's got their correct fuel in already. I'm sure that they would have done, because obviously you want to practice with the right loads. So yeah, obviously if you practice with the right loads, then you know what you're getting into by the time you get going, don't you, Ian?
Yeah, it allows you to get that little bit more of a feel for the car, how it's going to handle, how it's going to handle over the course of a race, just how things are going to change, during the live session.
Absolutely, and obviously over the course of 13 laps, the fuel will deplete a little bit, and for those who are running light loads, maybe, although they still have plenty of fuel in the car, it will start to come to them in a slightly different way. Those who are carrying 100 litres, 95, 90 litres will find that they're pretty much driving a load of beanbags around for most of the race. So it's going to be a challenge, depending on obviously where you fall on that handicap. But I'm going to go through the championship standings coming into tonight anyway, guys, just very quickly before we actually get into the race itself. So Cobb leads the championship on 304 points. He's 28 points clear of Mike, who sits in second on 276. Craig third on 270, followed by John Boy, who's fourth on 268. Jay sits fifth on 266, followed by Aussie Albie in sixth on 248. Park Pooper seventh on 236, ahead of Team MW in eighth on 224. Charlie Goff ninth on 178. Doris Steer in 10th on 164. Nick Levilla 11th on 164 points. Also, Pot the Brown 12th on 160. Thomas is 13th on 146 points. Revolt Detail 14th on 92, with Big Blue 15th on 36 points, and Smoky Devil 16th on 20 points. As here we come, we're racing down towards turn 1 for the first race of the night, and Big Blue here making a move into Red Gates. Is he going to be able to make this one stick as Smokey tries to hold it around the outside, but Big Blue has got the move done there. Smokey's got a bit of momentum though around the outside. He's still alongside him. Big Blue surely going to see this one out. Through Hollywood we go. He's just going to squeeze ahead there as they come into the crane of curves. Big Blue has taken the lead here on the first lap of the race. Pot the Brown in third ahead of Nick Levilla, followed by Doris Steer, as Nick's trying to defend from Doris Steer into the old hairpin. But looks like we've cleaned through the first few corners. 5 seconds covering all 15 drivers here as we come up the hill for the first time. But Big Blue taking the lead. Crucial move there for him after his strong showing in the practice session there, Emo Guy.
Yeah, definitely. He's doing alright, you know. Just had to obviously just needs to hope and pray that more opportunities come up to try and better his position, score more points. And just so you know, the camera's managed to find its way back to breaking the neck.
Oh no, you're kidding me. Well, we're going to try and sort that out. Yeah, I don't know how because I haven't moved it, obviously. How's that?
Yeah, that's perfect.
Cool. Big Blue though coming over the line to complete the first racing lap, and he's already got a bit of a gap over Smokey, nearly a second between them. As in the background here we've got a bit of a battle going on. Aussie Albie's looking to the outside of Team MW down towards Red Gates, and John Boy looking to the inside of Jay here as well. Could we be seeing two moves here as Team MW's got Aussie Albie swooping around the outside there. Has Aussie Albie got the grip though to get the move done? He has done, and Aussie Albie there moves through up into 7th place. Down through the Hollywood we go. He's got that one up into 7th place. Smoky Devil still leading. In fact, what's happened? Smokey taking the lead, sorry. So Big Blue has made a mistake here. He's dropped to 3rd place. What has happened there to Big Blue?
Maybe he's probably went a little bit too wide coming out of turn 1, or maybe he's had a little bit of a come together with one of the other drivers. Oh,
very close call there, wasn't he? Oh, he's losing it. Oh, he's struggling. He's in a bit of a rut at the moment. Oh my God, Doris Steer had to take evasive action there, and here comes Charlie Goff down the middle here. Charlie Goff is trying to make it 3 wide. He's going to swoop around the outside there of Coppice Corner. Charlie Goff gets himself up into 3rd place. He's in the background. We've got somebody wide. That's John Boy there who's off, is it? John Boy ever so wide. Was it? It was. John Boy down to 14th place. Unbelievable scenes there. Very unlike John Boy to do something like that. As Nick the Villa now looking to the inside of Doris Steer into the final chicane. He's got ahead of Aussie Albie. Aussie Albie's looking to make the move on him though. Down the start finish straight we go. A chaotic first couple of laps to this race here. Still 8 seconds covering all the drivers at the moment as they come into Red Gates again. And we've got a cluster of cars here. You've got the BMW of Mike looking to the outside of Jay there. But Nick Livida staying ahead of Aussie Albie for the time being. Mike trying to get around the outside of Jay as he gets a little bit wide onto the curb there. And in the background you've got Diabetic Lamb getting it a bit wrong on the outside there of Park Pooper. What a race. Oh no! Oh, and Diabetic Lamb and Park Pooper come together, and John Boy nowhere to go. Gets collected in that one onto the grass. And they're all over the place. Who's got most damage out of them? It's hard to say. John Boy actually got away with that relatively scot-free. Park Pooper, I think, took a bit of a battering there. And Diabetic Lamb, he's come off way worse than the others there. Diabetic Lamb on his return to Motive tonight, his first appearance in a very long time. And he is down to the back and he's retired the car, so he's rage quit from the session. So that is a massive shame there, obviously, for him. As we can see Mike there's trying to squeeze around Jay. Jay's got back ahead of Mike over the course of this lap as they're coming down towards the final chicane. Is he going to go around the outside here? Is Mike? He's going to have a look here. As in fact, that's Craig there who's moving back ahead of Mike. Do apologise. As Mike gets a bit of a tap there from the Mutts Nuts who went steaming into the back of him there. And they come over the line and they're still all fine at the moment. But Jay's still running 8th place. There's Craig on the back of him. As Pot the Brown is putting pressure on the race leader Smokey at the moment. These two running the same livery. But Pot the Brown driving a cracker of a race at the moment. Big Blue there in third. Charlie got fourth. And the leaders, the championship sort of protagonists, are not really making their way through that much at the moment. Obviously, John Boy we saw involved in that collision with Part Pooper and Diabetic Lamb. Mike currently running in 10th still in this race. Jay 7th, Craig 8th. I mean, no one's really making quick progress at the moment.
Oh, yeah. Everyone's pretty much sticking
Oh!
together.
Doris Steers lost it. Is
Oh
it?
no.
Doris Steers dropped down to the back, or not down to the back, but he's lost a load of places there, down to P10. Was there somebody else there who went off? I think it was just Doris.
I think it was, yeah. It doesn't seem like anybody else is trying to recover from anything big. And it looks like we've got the triplets back. We've got triplets again tonight.
Oh god, yeah. We've got Charlie Goff showing the same livery as the top two here, which is going to get confusing if Charlie finds his way to the front. Charlie, if you can just stay there, that would be much appreciated, mate. But he's got Jay hassling the back of him, and Smokey and Pot the Brown still showing the way, but Big Blue is currently right underneath the back of Pot the Brown here as they come into the Craner curves.
Well, it's good to see Smokey now running at the front, keeping things, being the command of the front runners tonight, but it definitely seems like he may just be off the pace with others. But Smokey now, he is quite good at defending, but sometimes he can get overwhelmed with pressure a little bit too much very easily.
Definitely can. We've got Aussie Albie looking to the outside of Mutts Nuts here, as Aussie's got a penalty as well. He's got a time penalty for track limits, I would imagine, which is obviously going to hurt him quite a lot here. That's going to be frustrating because, like we said earlier on, for that final chicane, you need them on around this track. But Pot the Brown looking to make a move here for the lead of the race, and he's done that one brilliantly. But has he gone deep? He's got a little bit deep. Doesn't get the exit that he would have wanted, but Smokey nowhere to go. Pot the Brown gets the move done. Now you can see Big Blue making a move to the outside here on Smokey. Surely Big Blue's going to move himself through up into second place. He's going to challenge for the lead here into Red Gates, as Nick Lavilla now looking to try and make a move as well. Oh, it's down the inside. Smokey looking at, he's having a look, isn't he? Goes deep though on the exit. No. As Nick gets a tap there from in the back from Charlie. Charlie there went steaming into the rear of Nick there. Nick's lost a place there, I think, as Nick actually moves back through. So Charlie, very, very sportsmanlike there, acknowledged that was his own mistake there, and lets him back through.
Yeah, by doing so, he's allowing that Monster Energy livery began through.
Sorry, mate. Smokey Devil made a mistake there onto the grass. That's allowed Big Blue and Nick Lavilla through. So Smokey dropping down to 4th place there, and really starting to struggle a little bit after leading the opening exchanges of this race.
I'm actually I'm quite surprised that BMW is doing quite well right now, because that middle sector, I would say it's more suited towards McGann than anything else, but he still seems to be sticking with everybody. Yeah,
it's always been a thing. Oh no, there's been a crash as Jay's come together there. Was that I think that was Smokey, wasn't it? So Smokey in the wars again. Jay and Smokey coming together going into the chicane, and we were riding on board actually with Mike in the BMW, who was at the rear of that 8-car train. Mike's now making a move here for P4. As he's looking down the inside of Craig here into Red Gates, and he's made that mistake. Oh no! And Charlie there attacks Mike in the rear. Oh, Charlie!
Looks like he is trying to stay a little bit slower. He wasn't on full accelerator there for a while.
Mike returns to the track, and he returns just in front of John Boy. How's that for a storyline? John Boy moves through into the old hairpin, up into 7th place.
I have a theory towards why Mike took that kind of track-free joint location. Maybe it was trying to cut some of the grass to earn some more money from what he's lost from the lost possessions.
Potentially so, as we've got Charlie Goston on the back of Jay here as they go into Coppice. You've got John and Mike there running in 7th and 8th places. Smokey and Part Pooper running back to back right now as they're coming out onto the straight. But Big Blue looking to try and make a move here for the lead of the race on Pot the Brown. Pot the Brown's led the race since he made the move on Smokey a couple of laps ago. Nick Lavilla now is really putting the pressure on these two as well here. And Nick, we know he goes well around this track. He always enjoys a bit of Donington National. Can he nick a win here in this one? Can Nick nick a win? As we got Big Blue now looking to the inside. He's going to make that one stick, surely. He does. Pot the Brown gets a tap there from Nick. It was more than a tap. It was a shove there from Nick Lavilla as he moved up into 2nd place. What do you think of that one, my guy?
That was that was a bit rough in my opinion. He did force it. He did, as a result of that incident, it did cause another driver to go off track and lose position. So, in my opinion, that he should give that position back.
Go back to this battle for the lead though. We've got Big Blue still just ahead of Nick. Nick though, in no mood to surrender that position. He's chasing the position in front of him. He's chasing that lead car of Big Blue, that green number 4, as he comes out onto this little straight again. But Nick de Villa, I said before, obviously he likes this track, and he always likes the British tracks. He's always a driver who goes well at the British tracks, but especially Donington. I know that he can challenge with the best of them around this track, and yeah, he'll be gunning for this one. He'll see this as an enormous opportunity right now, especially with Mike down in 6th and John Boy down in 8th. And the leader's not really making very quick progress through the pack. As I said before, Craig is on the back of them now. But I think Nick on his day has got probably the pace of Craig, I'd say. I'd say they're quite similar in terms of levels. I'd say Craig is the far more consistent driver out of the two. But and that's hence why his championship position is so much better. But I think Nick has got the pace, definitely. He's similar pace to Craig. And right now, he's in a position to be able to make that work. He's still on the back of Big Blue, though, and he's still got to clear Big Blue. And Big Blue, also a driver who's got a lot of pace. So it's going to be tricky for Craig to find his way up to the front, I think, here. Despite the fact that he's under a second off of the lead. He's got Potter Brown right in front of him as well here, who's going to be in no mood whatsoever to wave him by. But coming back out onto this straight again, you can see Craig's just a little bit closer here to Potter Brown. Might be fancying a move here into one of these next few corners. Not close enough coming into the chicane. But can he get a good run out of the chicane and maybe have a go into Redgates? If he can get a good exit onto the start-finish straight, then that will definitely be his target here. Doesn't look like he was able to really get the drive, though, for the time being anyway.
As we see, that's one livery I've not saw for quite some time now. Is the Team Prolapse livery of Potty Pooper.
Is that the Team Prolapse livery? Oh! Yeah.
Do you not remember it? Yeah.
Actual Vision. It is.
Yeah.
But yeah. Actual Vision, I actually had a look at them the other day. They only do iRacing and Race Room now.
Alright.
How times have changed. I think they're only on PC. Well, they're only on PC because those games are only on PC. So they've moved away from the console arena.
Some would say good riddance, some others wouldn't. I don't know.
I mean, I never raced at Actual Vision. I know they were a respected sim community. I know that.
Yeah.
I know some people who have had some bad experiences. I know some people who've enjoyed it. So, but then again, there's plenty of people who have raced here at Motive and have come across some of the more unsavoury sorts that we've had here. And we'll probably say that we're a bit of a dodgy community, but for the most part, I hope that people wouldn't say that.
Yeah.
But down through the crane as we come once again, and it's Big Blue still clinging on to this lead, but Nick de Villa hunting him down. These guys have gapped Potter Brown and Craig a bit, and these two have also got Jay reeling them in a little bit as well. In fact, Jay has got Mike now on him as well. John Boy's only a second off of them, and he's only 5 seconds off of the lead. He's not going to win this race. I think we can say that with some degree of certainty, but what a drive it's been from Mike and John Boy, especially John Boy, because he was down at the back of the pack after lap 2, was it, when he had the collision with Diabetic and Team MW. So yeah, it's been a hell of a comeback from him.
We are starting to see a good few people coming in with some penalties now. It looks like they have been disregarding the word of law that is the track limits that the stewards have set here tonight.
Obviously, when we say stewards, we mean the automated bots that live on the Project Cars 2 game.
Yes.
But we got Charlie Goff on the back of Smokey here. Now, this is interesting because Charlie's got a penalty, Smokey hasn't. So how hard is Smokey going to fight this, knowing that he's going to be given this position by default no matter what? So is it just going to pick his battles? Is it going to be a case of just lose the battle, win the war? Or is he going to, do you reckon he's going to fight for this one?
Well, we said that. Well, Smokey's already ahead of him now, so
Ah,
that question goes by the egg.
no, what I was saying for Smokey. I was saying for Smokey, does he try and keep Charlie behind him? That's what I was
Oh right,
saying.
yeah, I would say so, yeah, because you know, yeah, we've only a couple of corners left to go, but
Oh, he's let him past.
still
He's let him past Iain.
Oh,
He's let him pass, so he's thought it's not worth fighting for. Big Blue though coming into.
It looks like Smokey's further slowed down more.
We'll have to come back to that, but Big Blue coming out of the final corner here at Donington Park for the opening race of the night. It's going to be first blood here for Big Blue. What a performance here from him as he holds off Nick the Villa, who really gave him a strong fight. Great drive from Big Blue here tonight. It was, in fact, some penalties have been handed out. So, Jay gets second on the time penalties. What? Hold on. That can't be right. Surely not.
What?
Because Nick the Villa hasn't got any penalties, so that's a glitch on the timing screen. Again, we saw this the other night at Snetterton, so we're going to have to save the replay again and dissect exactly what's going on here, which is a bit frustrating. But hey, Big Blue, your race winner, Jay second, apparently. I think that's going to change. Hopefully
got a slowdown, apparently.
Hopefully the classification is going to tell us the correct story here.
No.
Still not, no. Smokey definitely didn't get a podium, we know that.
No, I would say he got a slowdown. I'm sure because that's why he slowed down.
Yeah, because he actually ended up losing out to Charlie Goff there. Wow, okay. But Big Blue taking the win ahead of, well, I don't think Jay's the race winner here. I don't think he's the rightful race winner, or rather race second, should I say. But yeah, whatever. Bit strange. Not a great way to end that race. Hopefully that glitch doesn't stick around. But we will certainly be sticking around. We will see you shortly for the second race. We'll be going live on Discord. I'll be posting the link in about 5 minutes' time.